In 1863, a young John Hickman was among a community of African Americans escaping slavery on the Mississippi. The Civil War and Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation offered freedom to those who could find it. Leading this pilgrimage was John's father, Robert Hickman, a rail-splitting slave preacher from Boone County, Missouri.
Reverend Hickman was taught to read by his master for the purposes of, he felt this call to the ministry.
Hickman's wife and children were slaves on another property. Oral history has it that he traveled without permission to see about his sick child.
It's what any father would do. In doing that, he broke the laws of the state of Missouri in that he was on the road without a pass. And the law stated he had to be lashed.
Now on the run, Hickman and other slaves made their way to Hannibal, Missouri.
And it was in Hannibal that the raft was built. It's a complete journey of faith.
Adrift on the murky river, the raft was approached by a steamboat. For blacks, the Mississippi represented the extremes of America. Freedom when you could get upriver, the worst of slavery when you were sold downriver.
There were as many ships promising people, that slaves, that they were going to take them north and then got them down in the hold and took them south.
Fortunately, this ship was on a mission from Minnesota. Packets were steaming up and down the river to fill war-depleted labor ranks in the North Star State. The boat took the family-filled raft in tow. The shores of St. Paul and freedom was in sight. But as they neared the levee, white laborers worried about competition for jobs used angry and intimidating protests to keep the boat from landing. The dock workers showed the ugly face of intolerance, but many welcomed the newcomers, contrasting them to the white mob. Hickman and his followers finally disembarked further upriver, near Fort Snelling. With the arrival of these freedmen, St. Paul's black population almost doubled. Fielding Combs and others among the small black community did what they could for the newcomers. They even opened up their homes for prayer meetings led by Hickman. This fellowship formed into a congregation that found a name in their journey to Minnesota.
They called themselves Pilgrims because they made this journey, and so it became a natural extension that when they created this church, it would be Pilgrim Baptist Church. Once you understand the history and the journey, what they had to come through, it means everything.